Press forward, come in, press out to the side, pull it in. Do it without a weight if it hurts your shoulder. You're really focusing on just engaging, or don't go as far. You can just press in if you want to just really pin that shoulder to your side. Engage the belly. One more. Switch sides. Out and out. Out. Pulling that shoulder blade back and down will take some of the pressure on the rotator cuff muscles as well. So draw that shoulder blade back and down and squeeze those muscles right around your ribs. Two more. Bring it in. Turn that weight on its side here. Soft knees, pull the belly in. You're just going to make a circle with your arms, again engaging the abs. Breathing through that tiny straw, don't go so big. Switch directions. Pull it in here to your chest. Push your arms in. Push your hands into that weight. Come forward. You're going to come up. Bring that weight down. Up. Straight arms down. Pull it in. Press. Lift. Bend your elbows, keeping the backs of your arms pointed toward the front and down. Pull in. Press out. Lift. Bend your elbows and down. Four more. Press. Bend. Straighten. Come down. Pull in. Press. Lift. Bend. Straighten. Two more times. Squeeze the pecs. Roll those shoulders back and down. Last one. Bring those arms down. Now grab the top of that dumbbell. Kind of bring your hand behind your butt here. You're going to take your feet nice and wide. And I want you to just try to touch your armpit to your hip as you bring that weight down toward your ankle. And then come up. Try not to come forward here. You want to go straight to the side and down. So pretend you're in a toaster, as Marie always says. If your shoulders are okay and you can bring that arm up, I want you to try that. Getting that rotation in the shoulder complex. Pull the belly in. Don't let that tailbone sneak up. Keep the fingertips pointed toward the ceiling as much as you can. Two more. Ooh. Last one. Don't forget to breathe. Switch sides. Bring that arm back. So remember, armpit to hip. None of this. You're just going straight down. Try to crunch here. Lift that arm up if you want. And that shoulder, the top of your arm bone is rotating in your shoulder socket. So your palm is staying facing forward and your fingertips are staying up toward the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe. 4 more. Last one here. Bring it up. Go ahead and set your weight down. We're going to make our way to the floor. So if you want to kind of take a deep breath in here, we'll do a little stretch first. I'm so sweaty. Flat back, forward fold, lifting halfway here. Just fold all the way over and roll all the way up. Reach for the ceiling and exhale, arms come down. Let's do that again. So reach for the ceiling, arms to the sides, flat back, forward fold. Lift halfway up. Lower your head and your chest, roll all the way up. One more. Reach all the way up. Halfway down, flat back, forward fold. Lifting halfway. Come back into that forward fold. Now from here, if you want to go just straight down to your hands and knees on the mat, you can. Otherwise, if you want to walk your hands out or your feet back, wherever you're at on your mat, and just press through downward facing dog and pedal those feet. Go ahead, set your knees down, and we're going to move through cat-cow a few times here. So lifting your tailbone, lifting your forehead, and reverse. And reverse that again. Time, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Come back into the center, neutral spine. You're just going to slide one foot out, take the other arm forward, and then lift both of those limbs, holding that bird dog. 3, 2, bring your hand and your knee down. Switch sides. Extend. Bring them down. Switch sides. Extend. And switch. And switch. So engaging the core. This is an ab exercise here as well as a balance. So you're pulling that belly in, making sure your hips aren't rotating up. Couple more. Really engaging that lower core muscles. Switch one more time each side. And bring it in. Go ahead and push your hips back onto your heels. Walk your hands forward. And lift your hips. You're going to, I'm right by the wall here, so I got to slide back a little bit. You're just going to slide your hands forward and your hips forward. Coming into a modified plank here. If you want, you can come into the full plank. Shoulders right over wrists, rolling those shoulders back and down, really pinning your shoulder blades down and pulling that belly in. Hold your plank. Knees down is totally fine. Set your right knee down. Bring your right hand to the inside of the middle of that mat. You're just going to open up into a side plank. If you want to do a full side plank here, go for it. Both knees up off the floor, so you'd be here if you want. That's totally your option. I want you to engage your core, really opening up that chest. You're going to bring that hand back down. Rotate. You can go back through your full plank if you want for a few seconds. We're going to go to the other side. So bringing this hand in the middle, rotate up. Make sure there's a straight line from the top of your head down through your tailbone. Your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Bringing it back into the center. Hold that plank again one more time. Set your knees down. Bend your elbows. Set your hips down. And then you're just going to press up into a modified cobra or cobra. Whatever you want to do right now. Rolling those shoulders back and down. And slowly lower. Bring your hands in front, underneath your chin. Walk your feet in towards each other, kind of hug your legs in together. You're just going to take a deep breath and lift your torso and your legs up off the floor, squeezing the back muscles. Your arms can be out long. And lower. Again, let's do that one more time. Lifting, squeezing the back. Pull your legs in toward each other. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your chin off your chest. And lower. Go ahead and press back up onto all fours. Pushing back into child's pose. And then go ahead and turn over. Have a seat. You're just going to do a few roll-ups. So you're just going to take your hands in front of you here, setting your back down on the floor, one vertebrae at a time. If you need some support with your hands, grab the backs of your thighs. Arms come over your head. You're going to do that the other way. So rolling up, really trying to engage that core. Squeeze your belly muscles to get you up and down without jerking. And up. And down. And up. And down. A few more of these. Roll up. If you need support, again, just grab the backs of those legs, but don't let go of your belly muscles when you do that. Still engage them. 3 more times. Last one up. And then bring those knees with you when you roll back this time. Just rock side to side. Hopefully your weight is next to you. Here. Centering up your knees. I want you to set your feet on the floor. Grab your weight if you've got it. You're going to hold that weight right. Can you guys see me? Not really. I'm going to move back just a little bit. Sorry. So, arms over your head. The arm movement is basically you're going to keep your arms straight. Those arms are going to come right above your chest, pushing your shoulders into the mat and really pinning them there. Bring those arms back and up and back and up and back and up. Pressing your whole back into the floor so you're engaging your lats. And up. Trying to keep the elbows pointed toward your knees. Couple more. You're going to keep this going. You're going to add a little march to this. So as you come up this time, I want you to pick your right knee up and crunch. Set it down. Switch sides, crunch the left knee up. Set it down. Crunch and down. Up and down. And up and down. Up and down. If you can, think about making sure that your abs are pulling that knee up toward your hands instead of your hip flexors. One more time here. If your arms are okay with it, keep those arms pointed up toward the ceiling and then push your arms, your shoulders back and down. So you're trying to like shove the top of your arm bone into that shoulder socket, really kind of socking them in there, and then keep that march going. One more time on each side, and we're going to change it a little bit. So you're going to take your right leg up, extend that leg, lift and lower. Pull it in and out, up and down. It's sort of like the can-can again. Keeping the leg really strong. Don't wobble your hips. Engaging the core muscles to keep those hips stable. Keeping your chin away from your chest. 2 more. Last one here. Set that foot down and switch sides. So you're pulling your left knee in, extend, lift up, and down. Control that leg. Squeeze the thigh muscles. Keep the arms strong. Two more. Actually, 2 more from here. Last one. Hold this leg up. Now pull the other knee in and lift that leg. So both toes are pointed toward the ceiling. If that works for you. If this doesn't work for you, bend your knees. or come a little bit lower. We're just going to do a little flutter kick. Squeeze your thighs. Don't wobble. Really push those hips down. Four more. Hold it here. Now turn your toes out. Pull your heels in toward each other. Crisscross. Really pushing down in the lower abdominal wall. Eight more. Engage your abs. 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in. Bring that weight to your chest. Set it to the side. Pull your knees into your chest. Roll your ankles out. Now bring those knees apart just a little bit. Open them up and pull them toward your armpits. You can rock side to side here if you want. Keep breathing. Pull those knees back together. Set your right foot down. Extend your left leg up toward the ceiling. And hold on to the back of that leg somewhere. You can grab the back of the calf or the back of the hamstring, or the hamstring, back of your thigh. If you can reach your toe, go ahead and grab your toe, but you want to keep your leg nice and long. You can extend that bottom leg out onto the floor, pushing the hips down and pulling that top leg toward your chest. Keep rotating through the ankle, point and flex. From here, I want you to take your left hand, grab the inside of that leg, and you can bend this top knee if you want. You're going to take your other arm out to the side, kind of anchor yourself. Open that leg out to the side, pushing down your right hip so it doesn't pop up off the floor. Really getting a stretch through the groin and the inner thigh on that left side. Lengthening through the right side, really pushing that side down, getting that stretch. And then bring that leg back in. You can bend your knee here. Bring that leg back in. Keep your knee pulled into your chest. Take your right foot, set it on the floor so the knee's up toward the ceiling. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. No. Opposite of that. Left ankle, right knee. Pushing that left knee away from you. If you like to lift your foot up on this stretch, go for it. Just making sure you're pushing that knee away, getting kind of a flat 4, so you're stretching the outer hip on that left side. And then you're going to uncross those legs and bring your knees over to the right, looking away from your knees. What's that?
Someone reporting that.
Oh. Come back into the center. Set the feet down. Pull your right knee out this time. Extend the left leg if you want. And extend that right leg up toward the ceiling. Grabbing the back of the leg. Finding that stretch. Rotate your ankle. Point and flex. I was just gonna have to see if I needed to move the cars. Oh, yeah. Okay. How you doing? Good. Are you Ruth? Yeah. I'm James. Nice to meet you, James. Yeah, I've been here many times, but I never got to meet you. Bending that knee. Or keeping it straight. You're gonna grab the inside of that leg. Open out. The propane man is here in case you're all wondering. His name is James. James. In case you didn't get that too. Oh, did you hear all my conversation? Again, still pushing that left hip down. Trying not to let that hip pop up. Slowly bringing that leg back in. Pull the knee into the chest. You're going to set the left foot on the floor across the right ankle over the left knee. Pressing that knee open, or the hip open. Push the knee away from you. If you want to lift the foot up, you can. Go ahead and uncross your legs. Take both knees over to the other side and look away from your knees, keeping the shoulders pushed to the floor. Back to the center. Just let your knees go side to side like windshield wipers. You can do one at a time if you want here. I like to drop one knee in and kind of lift that hip. I mean, I stretch through the hip flexors and my abs. All the way over to your right side. You're going to press yourself up to a seated position. Take a deep breath in, lifting your spine really tall and long, sitting up nice and straight. Reach forward. Grabbing your ankles or your shins or your thighs. Just keeping that back really long, pushing your chest forward toward your thighs. And go ahead and relax your low back, relax your upper back. Let your chin fall to your chest. Just kind of fold into those legs. And you're going to reach all the way up. As you exhale, rotate to one side. Spinal rotation here. Come back to the center, reaching toward the ceiling. Exhale to the other side. Coming back to the center. Roll your wrists out. Both directions. And just kind of wiggle your toes. If you don't have shoes on, it's easier. If you do have shoes on, you can still wiggle your toes. We're going to take those legs wide. Sitting nice and tall. So if you need to lift yourself up and adjust your sits bones a little bit and get the booty out of the way, reach your arms up. You're going to rotate toward that left leg and then push your chest down toward your thigh. Try to keep those shoulders back and down and push your chest forward. You might not go very far. Try not to let this right hip hike up. Keep your sits bones pushed down. Even if you're here, this is still a good stretch. Try to keep your knee pointed toward the ceiling. If you're one of those people that can pancake down, go for it. We're going to switch this stretch just a little bit. So you're going to keep this hand here. I want you to open your right arm up and then reach across. Now bring this right arm through the center, taking your fingertips onto the floor and just walk your fingertips forward, trying to pull your chest down toward the floor. Still hinging at the hips here. Long back. And then walk your fingertips back in, lifting those arms up. You're going to rotate again, so still keeping those hips both pushed onto the floor. You're just going to rotate your torso and push your chest down toward your thigh, keeping the back nice and long. This hip tries to drag along with you, just keep it pushed down. Keeping the right hand on the leg, you're going to reach that left arm up and fold over this way. Stretching through the side. Trying to open that chest. And then bring your hands to the center again. Walk them forward again. Bring your hands back in. Pull your knees in. You're going to roll over onto your hands and knees here. Bring your left leg through. Slide that right knee back. If this is okay for you. If you want to do this standing, go ahead and come up to a standing position. Take your right leg back and come into a lunge position, and then you're going to push your hip flexors underneath. So if you want more room here, you can pull your left shoulder to the inside of that left knee and just try to get as much of a stretch on that front of the back leg as you can. Keeping your legs strong, I want you to shift your hips back, pointing that front toe up toward the ceiling. And again, you're going to straighten the back out and push your chest down. You're not going to fold over that leg, just push your chest down, getting a stretch through the hamstrings. This back toe can be flat or curled under. And then carefully you're going to bring this front leg back around and switch sides. So pull your right knee, right foot through, finding that runner's lunge or hip flexor stretch. If you're a yoga person, you can walk that leg out a little bit and come onto the side of your foot. Put your forearms down into lizard. I'm a yoga person, but I don't get down that far. Go ahead and shift your hips back. Point your toe to the ceiling. Bring this foot back around. Actually, yeah, whichever. We're going to come back. We're going to come to standing position here. So if you want to bring one foot through again and press up. And once you get there, just take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. And swing your arms side to side. Couple more times. Center up your arms and just give me some hip circles here. Loosening up that low back. Go the other way. Center up your hips. Roll the shoulders all the way up, back, and down. Drop your fingertips down toward the floor so like you have weighted fingertips. Push your chin back. Give yourself a double chin here. And then I just want you to look side to side. Keeping your shoulders over your hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Kind of try to line everything up. Notice where your joints are. Keeping that belly tight. Try to get your weight evenly distributed through the feet. So if you notice one toe is turned out, try to bring it back in. Thumbs pointed out away from your body, rolling those shoulders back. A couple more head shakes. And then come back into the center, drop one ear to the shoulder. Keep breathing nice and deep. Drop your chin to your chest. Come to the other side. Bring your chin to your chest, lift your head, take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. One more time, up. Exhale. Shake everything out. Have a happy rainy Tuesday. And I will see you all tomorrow maybe.